and welcome to another episode of Zero1 Shootout here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Reb coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined by the mayor of Mindianapolis, Minderz. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
I'm a little uncomfortable right now.
I was gonna say, why don't you just let your arms hang down?
Do I have to?
Yes, you have to. You lost. You have to. You can
Fine.
do it. 1, 2, 3. I love it. It's a great looking Prodigy CMC shirt you got on there, Reb.
Now, the terms of our wager precludes me from admitting whether or not this shirt gives me hives, but I will say this: out of all of the ones I looked at on his website when he told me I had to do this, this was the one that stuck out. I actually didn't mind this one. So,
See? See? You'll be all right. You've only got 3 weeks left.
hmm
I'm having too much fun with it.
Thank you, AJ.
Oh, let's see what type of mood he's in today. That'll be great.
Well, he's been riding high on his universe mode, apparently.
He has been. He's creating all sorts of people.
Uh-huh. I was kind of hoping he'd make the angler, though. I won't lie.
He still may.
He may.
He's getting there.
Yeah. You know what we should have done when we did our fantasy draft, jumping the rail episode? We should have had him make rosters with all of our draft picks, and
Well, shoot, I think he has the Legends part of that, so he might have most or part of them anyway.
yeah. And you could probably find a Rick Martel.
Yeah,
Sure.
you probably can.
Yeah.
AJ, get on it. Rob says he's down. Make the angler.
Make it so, as Captain Picard once said. Uh,
Speaking of Rob, Rob's going to join us next week, isn't he?
Rob is our guest next week. We're very excited about that. The jack of all trades of Zero1 USA, the voice of the Indies, whatever you want to call him, Robert Leach, and it'll be a special episode because it's also going to be your birthday episode, Minderz.
Yeah. I'm a little. I can't believe I'm getting older. I can't get older. I'm still young, right?
You're only as young as you feel, Minderz.
Oh, geez, we're in big trouble then.
You know what? I gotta say something too. I've got this corn on the ball of my left foot, and when I step on it, it's excruciating. I don't know that I've ever known that much pain in my foot in my lifetime. I don't think there's anything that could be worse than a corn on a foot.
Try a broken foot.
Oh, well, Menders, you're gonna be happy. I actually took the CMC broke my foot thing off of my pictures, so
Well, you have to
I
because you have to be nice, and I
I
never said
know
CMC broke my foot. So
I was just made a wild, baseless accusation. Uh,
the one that cracks me up is that you can't put up Beard Strong anymore.
what?
I can talk about Beard Strong,
I
but
can't
you
put this up
can't.
anymore.
No, take it down.
I like it
Take
because
it.
then my head is on your body.
I know. That's the reason I don't like it.
Oh my.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh, I bet there
The
was some heat
angler tried
there.
to dump me out of mine.
That's true. Uh, Kenway tried to land in yours.
Yeah, sure did. Sure
I guess
did.
for 3 weeks
BA
I can't
BA
show this either, can I?
No, get that off of there.
All right.
BA did end up in my lap when I was in the wheelchair.
Thank you.
AJ, quit sucking up. You got a little brown on your nose there, bud.
Oh boy, yeah. I'll show
Don't make
respect.
me take your Christmas presents back.
I'll I promise I'll be nice to CMC and all of the good people of Yugoslavia for the next 3 weeks. Oh, I took the
So Reb,
flag
who's
down.
our guest today? Why don't you
Oh,
talk about who our guest is today?
well, we're very excited about today, Minders, because we are going to be joined by the ace videographer of Zero1 USA, one Zach Reuber, which is kind of it's a reschedule. We were supposed to have him on a few months ago, but schedules got in the way and everything, so we were able to finally get him penciled in. So he's going to join us here in about 10 minutes or so, I think.
That's
And
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've been trying. Did you see the video that he did of where he was taking chops on?
I sure did. We're gonna have to
Forgot
ask
to
him
ask
about
him
that.
about that.
Hey, Minders, if you had to pick one person in 01 to take a chop from, who would it be?
As in, it wouldn't hurt, or as in to see how much it would hurt?
Your choice.
That wouldn't hurt? DLC, come on, buddy.
Okay.
That I think it would hurt? It's a tie between two.
Can I guess one of them?
Yep.
Luminary?
Actually, no, that wasn't one of them.
Is it rhyme with Schmobra?
It does rhyme with Schmobra.
And
That's one.
and Gary J.
No, actually carrots.
Oh,
I think his look mean, very mean. Oh yeah. Yeah. They Reb, you've heard that story, right? I've left
no.
my handprint on AJ's chest and Bari's chest.
Oh wow.
We had a party at Bari's house one night and all had a little
And
too much to drink, and
you serve chops.
I did serve chops. I about took AJ off his feet
Oh wow.
and
Did
left a
you
nice.
woo?
I wooed him and I Ruby Soho'd his chest.
Uh-huh.
It
Yeah, that's what
was
we go back to the expo last year when Ruby did that to some poor schmuck that asked for it.
he paid for it. That's the
He
terrible
yeah,
thing.
there's something unseemly about that.
Yeah.
We've got some good names announced for the expo this coming April, Minders. We're very excited about, but we'll talk about that more on Jumping the Rail as we get closer to it.
Well, we could probably hit a couple of them because I know there's a lot of guys on here that are
Yeah.
ECW fans,
Uh,
and
I think I just saw Jake Chris got announced today
he
for you
did.
Ohio wrestling fans, one half of Irish Airborne. Of course, you saw about ECW. Shane Douglas got announced today, which is awesome because
Yep.
he's a great guy. Both times I've gone, he's been a great conversation. Oh, AJ chiming in. I'd say Gary J for my pick, not because it would be easy to take, because it damn sure wouldn't be, because then I'd be able to say I survived. Hey, there you go.
True story.
Plus he's a cat guy.
Well, Reb, what are your choices
Oh, for to be chopped?
to be chopped? One that you think it would hurt, and two you think it'd be all right.
If we're just talking 01, I think Victor's probably hurt like hell.
Yeah, yeah. He
Now I
crossed
wouldn't
my
want the
mind.
forearm, but
Nah, Victor crossed my mind with that chop too.
yeah. Uh, yeah, the video that Zach posted of taking the chops, he rated each one of them,
He did.
and I think the Luminary got the highest rating.
Yes, they did. They was a 9 out of 10.
Oof, yeah. Funny story. I got a friend. When I used to go to the indie shows up in the Chicago area, he got Drake Younger. I don't know if you remember him or not. Former referee Drake Wirtz in NXT, but he was the Psycho
Oh yeah,
Shooter,
yeah,
Drake
yeah, yeah.
Younger.
Yeah.
He actually chopped my friend after a show one night, and it echoed. He actually wanted Roderick Strong to do it, but I talked him out of it.
Hey, do you see who we have in the chat?
Who do we have in the chat?
Don't put it
Hey,
up, but Anakin's in the chat.
so he is. This says my chop's underrated. Hey, I'm taking a high five from Anakin Murphy. That's
No kidding. Those high fives from Anakin and Kenny
and
both.
Kenny. Yeah,
Good Lord.
they get so worked up and then they run and it's just
It stings for a minute.
it does. It smarts a little bit. All right. Well, we got a lot to get into. Looks like our guest has arrived, Menders. You want to go ahead and bring him in?
Sure. I'm going to let you
All right.
introduce him because I don't want to screw up his last name.
Okay. I think I've got it, but we're
Okay.
gonna. Well, we could always just call him Zach the Video Guy.
That's what I usually call him.
But no, joining us, the ace videographer of 01, Zach Reuber. Zach, how are you doing, sir?
The ace. Hello. Whoa. You're quite the comments there. That's huh.
I got to be careful though, because we got Steph Stool Sarah joining us here in a few weeks, and we're gonna have to be equally complimentary for them.
Well,
also,
yeah.
so.
Well, I mean, Sarah's been doing this about as long as I've been paying attention to indie wrestling. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there's the first indie show that I've went to / worked, and then there's the first actual indie show that I ever actually went to, which was Glory Pro's 1-year anniversary when Tetsuya Naito was there. It's the only reason I went, and
Very nice.
It like put me. It's what got me to fall in love with like what I call real independent wrestling versus. Can I cuss on here, or is that like?
Yes, you sure can. We are PG-ish.
The shindies. I was working the shindies of Indiana, and I was like, oh, this is independent wrestling.
Right.
And then I saw the rematch between Warhorse and Gary J after the mouth tear. And I was like, oh no, this is indie wrestling. So I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
So we all saw the video. How bad did the chest hurt after all the chops?
The chest was fine. It's funny you say that.
Uh-oh.
My grandmother just called me, worried sick that I was killing myself with those chops. And I was like, I'll be fine. It's okay. I'm still here. She's like, you are going to give yourself a heart attack. You work. And I was just like, man, okay. Just, I don't know about that. Like, it hurt. Sure. Like Luminaries chop. That was like, I got chopped by Anakin after that. And like it hurt, but there wasn't that, it didn't look great on video. Like Anakin just had like his hands in his pocket, chop, and it hurt, but there wasn't like, Luminary was up there because everybody was around and was like, and like it was,
and the sound was there too.
Right.
Hear it on the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now with that said, would you be willing to take a chop from Gary J?
So that's the goal. No, I can't say that. I can't say that too loud. I can't say that too loud because my girlfriend's in the next room, also on the side of my grandmother. Like, you need to not do that. You could give yourself heart palpitations. And I'm like, I think I'll be fine. So the plan is, I would love to, all in the same day, would be Gary, Camaro, and I don't know how big Bear's chops are, but Bear's been dying to chop me, and he's got those like big, fat, meaty hands.
Oh yeah,
that I'm just like,
the big paws.
Yeah, those big paws where I'm just like, huh. Like,
well, let's see. Anakin said, I have legitimate scars from Gary on my chest. I'd believe it.
Well, I mean, Anakin's been getting chopped by Gary for God knows how long. I just need one just to know, and then I'm done.
Just to say you survived.
Yeah, just to say like, all right, let's try this.
You feel a good chop in your back from what I hear.
You feel a good chop, like getting chopped in the back, or
no, if you get chopped in the chest, you'll feel it in your back if you take a good chop, like a Roderick Strong chop. Going back.
See, I wasn't really focused on my back. I was just focused on not flinching. I don't know if you guys were there for what I called my show that I ran with Zero1, with Alex Kane there.
I was not there for that one.
I was.
Okay, so if you remember when Tanner tried to chop me, I was flinching a lot. And I couldn't, like, I kept just wussing out. And that's why I made sure everybody like held me back just so that I wouldn't flinch. Like, I had to know how to, like, I had to take it. Yeah. So it's like those, in a way, execution style, like put the blindfold over me. I'm straight edge, so I'm not going to take a cigarette, but like put like a blow pop in my mouth and I'll just
get the drum roll going.
You're just going to take it. Hey, Reb, you want to put up that comment? We got a friend in the chat. I believe you took a chop from this one too.
Yes,
Zach.
I did take a chop from CMC. CMC wasn't too bad. He got my nipple, which sucks. I have bad experiences.
Hope he washed his hands.
I have bad experiences hurting my nipple.
You shouldn't have more than one bad experience hurting your nipple. I'm just saying.
I was in, so I'm a band kid.
Okay.
And I went through a phase in high school where I would just take my shirt off. I was much thinner back then, so I felt like I could get away with taking my shirt off more. So I would take my shirt off, and we had marching band and we had winter percussion. In marching band, I played trumpet. In winter percussion, I was marching cymbals. So I like had the cymbals crash.
Oh,
One day of practice, I'm shirtless, and I go to crash.
Oh no!
And it just.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was. It wasn't too bad. Like there was just like a little like, not even like a paper cut type of thing, but there was just like a little bit of a thing. But you know, when you have cymbal on cymbal just colliding on your nipple, it's not the funnest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it would be.
No.
I wish that they had cymbals when I was in high school. I would have been in the band so fast, just watching old episodes of Andy Griffith Show with Barney Fife and the town band with the cymbals.
I loved marching band because like I graduated with a total of 85 people, so I had a very, very small school. I think at one point Northeast Du Bois had the smallest marching band in the state of Indiana. I think we had like 20 people at one point. Like that was our entire marching band, including the pit. So marching band, when you're in the middle of bum ass nowhere, like Du Bois County, Indiana, it was a place for like misfits and geeks to go. Like even if you weren't a band kid, like people that were like into like music and whatnot, it was a place for you to go where you didn't feel immediately like judged, and you could
be yourself there.
You could be yourself there. And me, I'm just a music guy. I have 3 basses over here, a guitar. I'm in a band. Rob plays my band before every show, which is very sweet of him. He plays one song for my band every show, which is very sweet of him. But yeah, I was very much the band kid, just music all the time. So if I'm not thinking about wrestling, I'm thinking about music.
He was talking about his school.
I'm the same way.
He was talking about school. He said he graduated with 85. Here's the funny part. I graduated 40. That was it.
40?
So,
see, I'm in the middle.
40.
67 for me. So
67? Okay.
So yeah, see.
So we're all familiar with the middle, from being in the middle of bum ass nowhere.
Exactly.
So.
Oh yeah. I was the mayor of bum ass nowhere.
All right, Zach, I'm putting you on the spot. What has been one of your favorite matches to video at 0-1? I'm gonna keep it to 0-1 since we're the shootout.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've only ever filmed. The only place I've ever filmed elsewhere has been Paradigm Pro Wrestling in the Kentuckiana, Jeffersonville, Louisville area, and Pawcade, which is an extension of Paradigm. So, but really, like the funnest matches that have been to film have been, I would say, Cobra's matches are always fun to film because I'm always moving. Like the matches where I have to move and I'm running, those are always the funnest to film. Where I'm constantly running around. Speaking of which, like January 20th, Burgess Osborne Auditorium, Mattoon, Illinois. When I saw that it was going to be Gary J versus the Cobra versus Warhorse versus Victor Analog, I was like, all right, there's my cardio for the night. I'm going to be sprinting everywhere. Like that, man, that's some work. Do
you want me to have an extra bottle of water over there in my corner for you? Is that
No, I don't need any more bottles of water being spilled where we have to like put a whole pause on the show.
Bring an oxygen tank.
Yeah, an oxygen tank will work. It's the water that is constantly being spilled. That is where people are constantly slipping, and I'm just like, I keep going to the back, and I'm like, guys, they spilled water. Please don't run. And then someone does a running spot, and I'm just like, Well,
let's see. It was Benjamin Trust that threw water at me.
But he also threw a towel at you, though.
He did. Anakin has stepped on a water bottle over by me. Carrot
Some
and
of the
BA
fans
at the
have like,
last show. Carrot and BA, when they had their brawl during intermission, they both stepped on my water bottle. I'm like, I give up.
I think there've been other
just
fellow audience
just
members that stepped on water bottles and got on people. It's been
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
no
Yeah,
offense
it's
to these people.
I would say, like, if I had to choose the funnest one, I would have to say, I mean, there was Conley versus Lander, the one that got real bloody. That one was fun to film until it wasn't. And
it's how the match went. It was fun until it wasn't.
until it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, that was the one where I'm like, man, God, ooh.
It's like, is this evidence now?
Yeah. there was one Gary match, and I'm trying to remember. There was one match with Gary. Again, it's where I'm just sprinting all over the place. Like, it's hard to like pinpoint one, but I think the match between Lander and Conley was probably up there because I just knew that like something special is going on, even if it wasn't meant to be special. Like it was like, okay, this is something cool. So anytime anyone ever asks me like, hey, what do you do? Like when you film wrestling, what do you do? I always just pull up that match because like I got some really, really good shots in there. Because that's the one thing. I'm going to talk your ear off, so always feel free to cut me off.
Not at all. Go for it.
I have done 3-hour podcasts before because I just won't shut up. But when
I've done those too.
We've done those too.
when I film, like I know that there's people on the internet that hate Vince McMahon. And for good reason at times. But that part in Beyond the Mat where he's like, we make movies, and then he takes the water bottle. I wish I had that a little bit. That's how I view what I do, because there's people like you guys are in the crowd. You're seeing the story playing out right in front of you. Mm-hmm. Whereas the people at home that aren't there, I'm trying to portray that in the best way that I can. If there's emotion on someone's face, I want to capture that. If there is foreground, background, that's that stuff I'm trying to capture. There's this very viral clip from New Japan from 5 years ago. I think it was the 5-year anniversary, like the other day. But it's the one that is just overshared now. It was a tag match, I think. But it essentially was a spot between Will Ospreay and Kota Ibushi, where Will Ospreay's up on the top rope. Kota Ibushi goes for a Hurricanrana, and Ospreay flips out of it and just lands on his feet. And Ibushi's just looking over his shoulder like, oh no. And Ospreay is just standing right there, and he's like turning back to him. And I just thought that was like, that's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking for that type of cinematography, I'm looking for cinema whenever I film. So
I think
I see a lot of
the
people
best one I
indies.
remember.
Go ahead.
The best one I remember is WrestleMania 19 when Vince is coming up over the edge of the ring. Bleeding. Oh man, that was masterful when they shot that. It
probably
like
my favorite thing of camera work in wrestling is, and it was just the things when you film wrestling are just the things that line up perfect. Like it's stuff you could not map out. It's Taker Mankind, the Hell in a Cell match. Mm-hmm. And the camera wraps around the corner. And as the camera's wrapping around the corner, Foley is turning as the camera's wrapping. So they meet. And then you just get Foley smile. And then you have the tooth in the nose, the blood in the mouth.
Yeah.
And it's just like, again, you can't plan that type of stuff.
Right.
No.
That's just the thing that I love so much about it is when you capture certain things. Even one, like there was one, and I keep trying to recapture it every time because I just don't want to use the same clip over and over. But there was one time I was filming Cobra, his entrance, and the one rule of filming is you never really want to cross hard cam, because there's no real point to ever cross hard cam.
Right.
Because it's just being like, everything that's on hard cam is being caught there, unless something's on the floor going on, or there's something you need to get. No real reason to ever cross hard cam. Right. But I was filming Cobra some way, and it was kind of like this the Foley thing, except opposite. So I'm going this way, Cobra is looking this way, and I'm catching the follow through. And that was, or maybe I'm just following him while he looks. I need to go back and watch the clip. But every time that I film Cobra now, that's the one I will always cross hard cam, because I'm trying to get that shot again.
Right.
Because it was just such a good shot.
And Cobra's entrance is fun like that anyway. I mean, it's very...
For sure.
Yeah. Character style, very cool. So
very, very cool.
I always get a little nervous whenever BA comes at me and you're usually following him.
That's the hard part about it. Like, that adds to the challenge of filming when filming entrances, because you want to be in front of the person as they're walking. And that's just, you just want to, so you get like, because when they're talking to a fan and you're just facing the back of them, who cares? They might as well just be, they could be sticking their tongue out and doing whatever, and it doesn't matter. So I always try to get in front of them. But that's hard because I'm standing by the steps and I can never tell if someone's going to go this way or someone's going to go that way. And by the time that they pick, I'm already behind them. So I was just like, all right, well, damn. So
well, we'll see what we can do with it.
Yeah. or they'll be looking one way, like they're going to go down towards your side.
Yeah. And
then like they'll start like pacing that way, and I get in front of them, and then they cut right back to hard cam side, and I'm like, all right.
Well, it depends. You'll have to see what the sign says before BA comes out. If it's something that annoys him, he's definitely, if he's looking my direction, he's coming at me.
Well, I know B's always coming for you. So.
Yeah. Actually, last time he went around the other way. He did go hard cam side.
Yeah, that's just the
ruined your day, didn't it?
That's just the thing. It's just like okay, I'm gonna get it, and then you don't.
Did you get the flip?
I did. I haven't had a chance to watch it back, but I did get it.
Hey, Reb, do you have that handy? This was my cousin doing. Do you have it? My cousin was video, because I always video.
Yeah,
I try to always video B's matches and Carrot's matches.
Yeah.
So I try to get both of those for the guys.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
all right, I got it.
Here you go. This is my.
I'm very curious if it comes through, but I'm pretty sure I give a little bit of a like behind the camera, like there. I try to be as silent as I can behind the camera because essentially I don't exist.
Right.
But there are times where you just can't help yourself.
You can't help it. You can't help it.
There. If you go back and you watch. Conley versus Lander. Conley is just asking himself, "Where's my chain? Where's my chain?" And he's just looking around, and you can hear me go, "It's right there. It's right there. It's right there." Just because I'm just like, let's get. I was like, just end it. You are bleeding a lot.
Yeah, let's get you out of here. The thing about that match I remember the most was probably the fact that there was still another match after that one.
Oh man, yeah.
And nobody remembers that. It's crazy, but nobody remembers it.
I mean, and it was still a good match, but it's just...
It was.
Man.
But everybody was so emotionally drained after Conley and Lander.
Right.
And I felt bad because, it was Matt Fitchett and Jimmy Carrot. And this night, Fitchett won the belt.
I was drained. Like like they were cleaning everything up, and I was in the back. Like I was like, is everybody okay? And I was like, shit, we got another match.
Yeah.
I need to get back out there.
Crap, I got a job to do.
I always wondered what Carrot and Fidget were thinking watching that match, thinking, crap, we got to follow this.
I think, like,
I mean, obviously they did. They did very
obviously
well
they did.
that
They
match.
did a great job. I mean, Fidget always does such a good job. And so does Carrot. But it was just, man, it's just one of those things where
bad timing on that one.
That was just a wild night.
Well, and I'm not sure. Did they think that Conley was actually going to bleed? Because I don't think anybody was really ready for him to bleed like he did. I'll put it that way.
I don't know. I'm assuming that I'm allowed to give out the secrets. I'm allowed to pull back the curtain a little bit. No, that was not supposed to happen.
That was what I figured. Well, you could tell by the way it went, because my thing is, and I think everybody there is usually really good about this whenever they do book the matches, and they know there's a chance. Like most of the time, they usually have them as the last match, and that's so they don't have to stop to do the cleanup. So
right. So this is what happened, and you can see it on film. I saw it in person. So what happened is there was like they planned the chair spot. They were going to do like the whole Foley Funk chair burial. Conley was going to take a chair and just cover his head, and I just don't know if they expected everybody to just like ECW Funk Foley style just bury everybody in it.
Right.
But you can't, like, the chair that Conley's holding just keeps moving because it's just metal on metal just sliding, and he's just trying to protect his head. And it was a match you couldn't plan.
Right.
That he has the chair right here, and there's another chair that just comes in from behind him and just right down. And that was and I didn't know he was bleeding. I didn't know he was bleeding at all. And you see it on film, because again, I'm behind Austin. I know that there's supposed to be an Undertaker spot, but he's so buried by chairs, I don't know where the perfect shot's going to be. But you see him sit up. You don't see his face. Well, who you do see is the ref, which was Caitlin at the time. And she just has this look of horror on her face. And I was just like, what's that about? And then he turns, and he's just like crimson mask. And I was just like, ah.
That would be the look of, oh dear Lord, on his face.
Oh, that's what she's worried about.
Okay.
And then Austin just starts sabooing chairs right at Lander, and they start flying into the crowd. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Say that one, even this past weekend with or not this past weekend, but the last show on the 9th with the Joey and Conley match.
Right.
You're running all over the place. I noticed when you're.
No, and that's just so funny.
And I'm sure the cages have to be hard, because I know how hard they are when you're just trying to take pictures.
They are insanely difficult.
Yes.
I will say this: the hardest match. It's funny, not the hardest match to film. The hardest match to film is battle royals. I hate filming battle royals. I hate it. I hate filming battle royals. I hate it. I hate filming 2-ring battle royals. I hate filming 2-ring battle royals. And
you need like 4 of you for that one.
Get a 3-camera shoot going there.
Even then, you know what? No.
How do you feel about War Games matches?
War Games. So that is the one time I will tell the crew I need an extra person for this match. It's not required. Like I could do it, but we are going to miss things if we don't have another person. So, last War Games match that I officially filmed was. Have I filmed 2 War Games matches? Have I?
Were you a Decatur? You were a Decatur, weren't you?
I did, but there was like 3 people filming that.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the first. I'm thinking of the first War Games match that I filmed, that I helped.
That was down Noble.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it was the Decatur one, second one I filmed. That was the one I said, hey, I need a second person because I'm going to be on one side, and there's no way I'm going to be able to cover all sides. So I need someone on the other side. So they had somebody else film the other side, which is great. Dave, I didn't know you were in the chat. Thank you so much for having a second person. Anytime we do,
he usually is. Yeah.
He usually jumps in the chat. Yeah, we usually have him, Rob. Devontae might make an appearance. AJ's always here.
I hate filming battle royals.
So I mean, I can totally understand that. I mean, yeah, you got to have. There's so much going on.
There's only one thing worse than filming a battle royal, and this is something that I have experience in. It's calling a battle royal when you don't know anybody's name.
Ooh.
So as I said, I worked the shindies through Indiana, and one of the first shows that I worked, it was hell. It was shindy as hell, and one of the matches I had to call was a battle royal, and I tried taking down everybody's name, and I couldn't get everybody's name because more people just kept showing up, and I was like, okay, and I forgot who was who. I don't know these people's stories because it's the shindies, and it's just random people showing up. I don't know their background, so I'm just like, that guy, oh, he's out. Oh, man.
Jabroni A just went over the top rope.
Yeah, Jabroni A has been eliminated.
That was just the one thing, because again, when you're calling the match, we aren't AEW, we aren't WWE. There's no point in trying to hide it. When you're calling matches, you're calling them from your seat. Yep. Like, that's just what you're doing.
There's no monitor.
You don't have the monitor to go from point A to point B to point C. You're just looking. And it was just one of those things where I was just looking over people's shoulders because I was just so far back, like from a corner. I was like,
yeah. And then you're like, wait, did that guy go out, or did that guy go out?
I will say the worst part of the show. Again, Indiana Shindies. Speaking of which, Joey O'Reilly was supposed to work that show, and he no-showed. Joey, where were you in 2017? Why were you not in Selvin, Indiana? Why were you not on the undercard fighting Van Mardigan and Mickey Midas?
Oh, no.
Why were you not fighting those
two? Oh, no. Okay. Well, but there was who was in it. That might have been part of the reason.
So Van Mardigan and Mickey Midas were both part of my very first show that I ever held, and I'm very grateful for both of them. Mickey Midas had the match of the night. Granted, he was in the ring with Gringo Loco. That's either here or there. But
I love Gringo Loco.
God, I love Gringo. Love Gringo.
So good.
But the thing about the first show that I ever was a part of, that first shindy show that I was ever a part of, and I do all the good side of your videos, Casey. I always get your good side. And so I'm on commentary, and the plan is that the Beast, Butcher the Beast. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Butcher the Beast. He is Abdullah the Butcher Great Value Edition. I'm not kidding. He doesn't have as high a pitch of a voice as Abby, but so the plan was, all right, plan was the match was supposed to get thrown out. He's disqualification. He's hitting the guy with a kendo stick. Bop, 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 bop. And the security come in to take it away. Security gets hit. Security gets hit. Security gets hit. I'm supposed to dive in, take the kendo stick away from him, and start hitting him. And he's supposed to roll out. I'm supposed to be Big Hero.
Okay.
I have never slid in a ring before in my life. So I clumsily get in, and this is that old school brother stuff that you're about to hear. That old school brother stuff. So brother goes into business for himself because he sees me get in. He sees me get into the ring, and he's still, and we're like standing, like we're going eye to eye. I didn't get the kendo stick yet, and I'm like, shit, what do I do? And I, like, in my head, I'm just like, I'm supposed to get the kendo stick. The security guards come back in. They start getting clobbered. I go to take the kendo stick, and asshole just keeps ripping it away from me. And I'm like, I don't know how to call stuff on the fly. And he eventually just goes, get the hell out of here. And I'm just like, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Should have just told him to hit me, because it would have made sense. I would have been able to take it, but he was just like, get the hell out of here. I was like, all right, I'll get out.
I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, I'll go back to my seat. I'll go back to doing commentary.
Hey, Reb, since Zach knows a lot of the guys, I know you don't know everybody down at Edgewood, but I know you know a lot of the guys at Edgewood that have been doing that. Do you want to run through last Thursday's show with us?
I mean, I can.
Okay. Is that okay? Would you like to do that with us?
That's fine.
Now, you did give me the warning that you're not up on Edgewood necessarily, but that's
yeah.
right.
I am. Edgewood's a good 4 hours away from me on a Thursday, so I am not filming those shows.
But some of these, I know some of these guys have been to the main roster or been up on Saturdays, so right. I'm sure you know a lot of them. So
right. Okay, so let's run it through. I
think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right.
Let's run it through.
I wouldn't be that mean to you.
No.
Yeah, we'll be gentle. Yeah, I think just about everybody on here has been on the main shows except for maybe a couple
maybe
guys,
two is what I'm seeing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So go for it, Reb. So what's our first one?
All right, I don't have the graphics handy. I always have to swap them out with the new ones because I have issues with storage on this page.
All right.
I got the list here. CMC versus Max W House was the first match on Thursday.
It was a match.
It was a match?
It was a match.
I'm going to say greatest match I've never seen.
There you go.
High praise.
Greatest match I've never seen. Congratulations to Max W House and congratulations to CMC for having this.
All right.
God, a killer match.
Let's do next week's show just to make this a lot easier because I didn't even think about it. He didn't even see the show from last Thursday.
Oh, we can do that. I've already put. I think I already got the. I'll put the results from last Thursday up on the crawl there, so
okay, all right.
Folks can read what happened as
Knots
we talk
defeated
about
Glitch. All right, that makes sense. Angler draws against Kane. All right. Luminary defeated Cardi. New guys.
Yeah.
That looks like a card. That looks like a. That looks like a card.
It was a card.
I will say my favorite match of the show was New Guys and Ashland and ATM.
I love the New Guys. I think they're so fun. I think they got a lot of great potential coming from a camera guy who has a total of 10 hours of professional wrestling training and has had 3 matches in his life, and they've all been terrible. They've all been god awful, but they have plenty of potential. I will say, like,
all right. Well,
I like Chris. I like Jake. He's very energetic.
Right.
He's all over the place.
Scott, not so much.
I think that's.
Yeah. Go ahead, Zach.
That's the dynamic.
No, you're fine. Yeah. It's the dynamic of just like it's just like it's
exactly.
Nice.
Like I said, and they still do even now. When we first saw these guys, I was like, God, they're giving me RKO vibes, like RKO Riddle and Randy Orton. Oh. That was Riddle and Randy Orton, and I was like, this is what, you had Randy that was serious and you had Matt being the goofball. So it was like.
It's definitely fun. I think they stand out like with what they're doing. I think they stand out with their gear. I think it stands out like moveset wise. I know that when I'm filming them, I'm going to have a fun time because they're just fun. They're just fun to film.
Well, and they're probably another one that you get some cardio because they're usually all over that ring too.
Yeah. The tag matches, I either get a lot of cardio in tag matches or I get little cardio in tag matches. It just depends on who's in the ring.
Yeah. All right, Reb, let's go through next Thursdays.
Let's run through. All right. Well, let's start. We usually start with, we have a random order, and it's the same in this case, but I do have the main event as the first one on the list. So let's talk about that first.
All right.
So
I think you're familiar with both these guys.
Anakin versus Kenny 1-on-1. So.
Anakin versus Kenny 1-on-1. Okay. So Anakin. I'll just say I think Anakin is the favorite here to go to win, simply because I've seen what Anakin has been willing to do to his body to get a victory. Like Death Wish is not a gimmick. Death Wish is Anakin Murphy.
Yeah.
Now, Cutthroat Kenny Calix is like, if I were to compare the two dogs, I'm just thinking of dogs now because I have two dogs. If I am to think of, maybe dogs isn't the best way to put it. I'm thinking of.
Go ahead. Everybody will be able to.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to find the right analogy here. So, I'm getting very much Raven C.B. Richard vibes. That's what I'm getting. So I'm getting, if you took Tommy Dreamer and Raven and you put them together, you have Anakin Murphy. You have someone who is focused, someone who's been here for a bit, someone who's not gonna like, thank you, sir, may I have another type of guy. That's just gonna go down for no one. Whereas you take Kenny, who is Spike Dudley and Stevie Richards, and it's like a scrappy dog, like a mangy mutt, like not Scrappy Doo, but like he's a mangy mutt. That's
we don't talk about Scrappy Doo.
No. He's a mangy mutt that's just gonna, if he gets on top of you, he's not stopping. Like it's I know I just compared him as just like a scrappy dog, but he's like a pit bull if I had to describe him, because love pit bulls, love pitties out there. Right. But if a pit bull bites you, they ain't letting go. Like they're just stuck there. Like congratulations, you now have a dog permanently attached to your arm. Like, what did you do to get that dog there? So there must have been a very good reason why you have a dog permanently attached to your arm. In the same way with Kenny Calix. So I used to bet sports. While I know nothing about sports, I have a New York Yankees hat for one reason and one reason only, and that is two words, and that is Limp Bizkit.
As I said, don't say Fred Durst.
I love me some Limp Bizkit. I grew up on nu metal.
Yeah, we kind of all did.
I have to say,
I didn't grow up on it, but it was in my formative, like late teenage years. That was.
It was my high school, college years. Yep.
I had 5 CDs growing up. One was my CD, 2 were my dad's CDs, 2 were my mom's CDs. Well, one of them was my mom. 2 of them were mine. One of them was my mom's. 2 of them were my dad's. I had Now That's What I Call Music, Volume 4. That one was mine. And I also had Twin Keith's Shockin' Y'all. That was also mine. My mother's was Kenny Chesney's When the Sun Goes Down. My father's, that he had on repeat, Disturbs, The Sickness, as well as Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. And that was, I mostly gravitated towards The Sickness and Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. And admittedly, Toby Keith's Shockin' Y'all. I was not allowed to sing smoke weed with Willie, despite the fact that I did not know what it meant. I thought smoking weed was like those classic pictures of farmers with wheat in their mouth. I thought that was weed. I thought, yeah. Anyway, I would give.
I'll have you know. I saw Toby Keith live on that tour, by the way, in 2003. So
did you? How was it?
I did.
Was he insanely racist?
It was him and Willie Nelson.
It was him and Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Was he insanely racist during that time?
No, he behaved pretty much.
He behaved? Okay, that's surprising.
Yeah, they did, and they did perform "Weed with Willie" on that concert, though. So
well, that's nice. Did they perform the Taliban song? Because like I go back and I look at that album. Okay, see, it doesn't age well. Doesn't age well. No. I understand.
But
country music post 9/11, not fun. Anyway, but I would give Annika Murphy probably minus 200, and then I would give Kenny plus 150, plus 250. If anybody knows that gives Anakin the advantage. Yeah. If you bet on Anakin, you will gain less money if you bet on Anakin.
There you go.
Well, I'm torn, and I know you like both these guys.
I do like.
I'm gonna give it to Anakin. I'm gonna give it to
Anakin. Well, I actually have on the Kenny shirt. So.
Yeah, the Kenny shirt. Oh well, looks.
Nothing against Anakin, and I hope he's still in the chat. But
well, Papa Pullman should be in the chat still.
Yeah, Papa Pullman should be in there somewhere. But I'm gonna go Kenny. Although again, Reb, this is one of those that we always call him a pick'em, and I think, like we always say, the winner on this one's going to be the audience because those two are going to go at it. We've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might catch one of them like in midair because
well, Kenny and I'm going to the show tomorrow night, so I'm a little.
Oh, you're going?
I'm going.
Are you wearing a constant headache shirt?
I have to wear either Anakin or Kenny.
You don't have the baby pictures of them?
I don't have the baby picture. But I'm leaning towards wearing the carrot shirt to annoy BA, but you know.
Yeah, we even do.
Well, I gotta annoy BA.
Yeah, you have to.
If BA ever has merchandise, I'm getting you a BA t-shirt.
Annoy Joey.
Yeah.
So there's my options, but like I said, I'm gonna go Kenny. Although if Anakin wins, I'm fine with it. It's not gonna bother me one bit. So, see.
Pick it for match of the night. Yeah, I'd say so. Papa Pullman. Pick it for match of the night.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Reb.
I'm actually going to pick Kenny on this one also.
Ooh,
it seems like Kenny. I think Kenny's got a little bit more to prove. I think he's finally getting over the hump. He's been kind of on a bit of a losing streak, but he got a couple wins the last couple weeks. And
you never know.
Last week he came up a little short, but that was a 3-way. So I mean,
there's no barricades at
no.
But there are pillars. There are pillars.
There are pillars.
Kenny, duct tape. Duct tape Anakin to the pillars. It worked for Yano when he beat Moxley in the G1. Tape Anakin to the pillars.
Apparently, it worked for Marvin in the tag match on last Saturday.
There's that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what's our next match, Reb?
All right. Next up, we've got Myron Damone and
the Angler
versus Chris O'Brien and the Glitch.
The Angler. All right. My money's on the Angler. Always
my money's on the Angler.
Always bet on Angler.
I got to go with Chris and the Glitch on this one.
Listen,
mainly because of Chris O'Brien. He's been impressive lately.
I have 2 rules when betting. I have 2 rules when betting. Who's the guy with the Patriots that I can't remember the name of right now? That just keeps retiring and coming back.
Oh, Gronk.
Huh?
Wait.
No, the other guy.
Brady?
In football. The guy that keeps retiring and coming back. That's part of the Patriots. God, what's his name?
I have no idea. I don't watch football.
This is what happens.
But I don't watch football.
Give me a second. I'm gonna Google this.
Retiring and coming back. I know Gronk
NFL
retired, then he came back a couple times.
retires, comes back. Tom Brady. All right, I have two
That
rules.
guy. Okay.
I have
Tom
two
Brady.
rules when betting. Always bet on Tom Brady. Always bet on the angler. So I'm going angler. It could be angler versus Conley. I may be losing money, but I'm betting on the angler.
Maybe.
More than likely.
Not for nothing. Tom Brady won me $20 on the Super Bowl a few years ago when they beat the Chiefs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, always bet on Tom Brady. He'll be 70 on that field, and like everybody will be trying to drag him off, and he'll be like, no. I got one more Super Bowl in me, and then he'll do
Funk of pro football.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh shit.
All right. Okay, so you guys say the angler and Damone. I say Glitch and O'Brien. So let's move on here. All right. Next up, Hippie Johnny versus Rain Victoria.
Ooh.
And this is Hippie Johnny under the tutelage of one luminary at this point.
One luminary.
Apparently, from what I heard.
Yes, Hippie Johnny has seen the light. He has been enlightened.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to give it to Hippie Johnny simply because, one, Hippie Johnny has been enlightened. But I think Hippie Johnny, as we were talking about Kenny having a lot to prove, I think Hippie Johnny has a lot to prove. He was, doing pretty decent on the main roster, and he's been mostly on the pre-shows lately. And I think he is trying to come out of that weird little funk of, like, he needs to prove himself. And what better way to prove yourself than to get a win over the Shining Light champion? I understand that it's not for the championship, right? It's just a singles exhibition match. So I think Johnny is. I'm gonna put my money on Johnny simply because he is now, like, focused. Like, that's like, it's not a matter of just like, hey, it's all peace and love, man. Make love, not war. It's like, all right, time to make war. Time to
time to go to war.
Time to go to war.
Up against the wall, mothers.
Yes, and hello Edgewood. It doesn't work as well as hello Vietnam, but hello Edgewood, and it's just, he's just gonna unleash hell. But that's the I'm going to give it to Johnny simply because that's where his focus is right now. His focus is to get back where he needs to be. So,
okay.
So Reb, you might be surprised because I'm going to go with Johnny.
Ooh.
Now.
I bet I know why.
Jacquanery.
Jacquanery?
Jacquanery. I have a feeling it's going to be, since it's not for the title, I have a feeling Jacques going to be at ringside with a little something to say, or
I think they're a little salty at Rain still.
Might be a little bit salty at Rain, so I'm going to go with Hippie. And like I said, nothing against Rain because I think Rain would hold her own, but I think it'll end up being 2-on-1.
That's that focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just to be different, I'm gonna go with Rain on this one. Just to be the dissenting opinion here. But yeah, I will not be surprised in the least if there's some Jacquanery in this match. We gotta get that on a t-shirt or something.
Well, we have Jacquanery and we have Chancanery, so
Chancanery too, yeah.
Chancanery.
Chancanery.
All right. Next up here.
Yeah, what do we got?
Ooh, Theo White versus LDLC.
So this is kind of the throw up. That's not the right way of putting it.
Toss up.
I don't know why I said throw up. Toss up. This is a toss up. But I'm gonna give it to DLC for the reason that Theo's gonna be looking over his shoulder constantly. I wasn't at last week's show. I haven't been to a 0-1 show since the last one, since Christmas Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have to use my knowledge and my context clues, I'm going to say that I'm going to give DLC the edge because Theo's going to be looking over his shoulder and making sure that Joey is pleased, or making sure that Joey's not like, hey, I'm doing good, right? Sorry I hit you in the face with a cage and you lost your title. I'm doing good though, right? Please don't be mad, Dad. And I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Type of energy. Whereas DLC is, I mean,
he doesn't care right now.
He's just like, he's going to take advantage.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So.
Well, after the end of last week's show, when Joey tried to shake hands with Tommy at the end, yeah, Theo wasn't real happy and speared Tommy. So.
See,
no, it's my dad.
Yeah, that's my dad. That's my teacher. But yeah, I'm waiting for it. Reb, I called this back when everything started, did I not? I'm waiting for the student versus teacher.
You're
so
waiting.
I've been...
It won't be for any championships though. I'm just saying.
Well, whose fault is that?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nah, hey, Conley was winning that match, whether Theo got in or not. He's winning that match.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go DLC also. So.
Okay. I like being different. I think despite any efforts Joey might have to mess things up, I think it's going to be Theo.
Word.
Because, I mean, you have an angry Theo. You got to keep that in mind.
You do have an angry Theo. We have a lot of people on these shows with a lot to prove. Like,
right?
Yeah.
Especially down Edgewood, they always have something to prove. Yeah. So
Theo's trying to prove that he's not an asshole for making and like trying to prove his place. So yeah,
trying to prove his worth to Joey.
That's the toss up. So. But as someone who gets unfocused a lot, I know what it's like to fall on your face when you're unfocused, or when you lose your focus. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't work in kitchens, because I lose my focus a lot. I've been yelled at a lot because I space out. I remember this one time I was in the kitchen, and I was just holding the pizza in my hand, and I spaced out. And someone goes, "What are you doing? Cut the pizza!" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a pizza in my hand." Dang. So, not saying that's where Theo's at, where he's just gonna like blank and stop moving mid-match, like controller unplugged. But
I think it's more likely he's just gonna be distracted by
he's gonna be distracted
than just losing, like, spacing out. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Minderz, are you gonna be nice to Joey tomorrow?
No, I don't have to.
Just because you don't have to doesn't mean you can't.
You keep saying that, and I keep saying, nope, I'm not going to be nice to him because I don't have to be.
Whoa.
He shouldn't have lost his title. Sorry about you.
What are you going to
do? What are you going to do? What's the next match we got, Reb?
Well, speaking of the Luminary, they will be taking on young Bradley Booker in this one. This is fallout from last week's show, when the Luminary was taking some liberties with Cardi, and Bradley took exception to it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
My money is
I'm worried the lad is getting in over his head in this case.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
He had nothing with BA.
If I'm using my memory, which isn't a lot, but if I'm using my memory, Bradley Booker, not to be confused with senior referee Bradley Todd.
Right.
Bradley Booker. He has faced Conley, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And lost.
Mm-hmm.
He faced Conley in a
used to hit someone else.
He was used to hit someone else.
He has faced Anakin Murphy, correct?
I believe so. I believe so.
And lost.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We all saw how hard the Luminary hits. I don't think
from experience.
Yeah.
I can tell from experience. We all know how hard the luminary hits.
9 out of 10, from what I
Yeah,
understand.
9 out of 10. If Gary or Camaro ever come into the picture, I might have to pull a
12.
Meltzer and break my own tail. So
12. Just don't let Camaro yeet you. We don't want to add you to the yeet list.
Oh man,
we have a yeet list.
That was that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say that was one fun thing to film. I just wish I would have known that was coming. When he threw Joey, yeah, I wish I would have known that was coming. Wish I could have had a little bit of a like wherewithal, because I followed Camaro to the corner and I just see him running and I was just like, oh no, and and I'm trying to catch it and I don't. So for those who don't know, I film and I also do the editing. I had to cut to hard cam, but the funny thing about the hard cam is, at least at that time, is that you don't see where Joey lands. He just goes off screen.
Oh, I think I had the video.
Yeah, it's just he's just gone. And I was just like, well, you're just I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about, God, it was probably a year ago now that I'm thinking about it, or a year, maybe not a year ago, but it was earlier this year. It was whenever.
Oh, talking when he threw him out of the ring on.
Yes, when he picked him up and just threw him out.
Yeah.
Oh, so Joey's a 2-time visitor to the Yeet list then.
Yeah.
He is a 2-time visitor to the Yeet list.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
So
yeah,
that was the one where I was like,
oh crap.
like that's gonna be fun to edit.
So
Rob made a point about Bradley Booker that actually we've been wondering about when Bradley came up, Minderz, because we just started seeing him. Apparently trained with Connolly at the same time as Hippie Johnny and B.A. Malkin, and just started a little bit slower than those guys. So,
well, Bradley,
I mean, that's good company to keep. So
yeah,
it's your time, Bradley. It's your time. Believe in yourself.
Well, he goes like this all the time. He's always pointing at himself.
Hey,
he's always pointing at himself. It drives me nuts because he goes into the ring like this, and I'm like, stop.
Tells you where to focus.
I guess.
David asked who's on the Yeet list, Minderz. So
it's Joey O'Reilly, B.A. Malkin, and Benjamin Truss.
So far, I mean, it can be edited.
There's plenty of room to add more.
Your mom's on the list, Dave.
Oh.
Oh man, I'm a hilarious guy. I'm so funny. Gary J is also on the Eat list. I think Gary J was the first person on the Eat list.
We'll have to find that video.
Right.
We didn't start doing it until Benjamin Trust took.
Yeah, we started with Trust.
Yeah, Gary was the initial Yeet list member.
The inaugural Yeetie.
Yes, he was the inaugural Yeetie. The Yeetie.
That's supposed to be the
Yeti.
I'm picking the Luminary. Luminary has my respect, and that's about all I can say about that.
Love me some Luminary. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to agree. It's
no offense, Bradley. No offense, Bradley.
No offense.
Just not quite there yet, but
I got a feeling he'll get there though.
He'll get there very quickly, but not quite there yet.
They're running it back again, Minderz. CMC and Max W. House. Now Max has already lost twice to CMC, if I'm not mistaken, in Edgewood.
No.
Oh wait, no, Max won the first time, didn't he? So
it's 1-1. We're going number 3 right now.
Yeah, as opposed to when CMC went number 1, waiting on Max to get in the ring on Thursday.
He washed his hands, okay? He washed his hands.
Washed his hands.
He wasn't
in that bathroom very long. I'm just saying. As nicely as I can say, I'm just saying.
I'm going to give it to Max W. House, despite the fact that I have never seen Max W. House wrestle.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
You have.
I mean, in a battle royal.
Nope.
No?
I'll tell you off camera, because it'd be really pulling the curtain back.
Kayfabe Minderz.
I know. That's why I said I'll tell him later.
Huh. Well, off memory.
kayfabe on this show.
So, and I will give you one reason.
Oh no!
I'm in a punk band. Well, I'm in a band. I don't like calling ourselves a punk band because we play more than just punk music. But I am the punk guy in this three-piece that we have going. I don't know if any of you guys are into classic punk music at all.
I am. I played in a Ramones tribute band. So.
You played in a Ramones tribute band?
Yeah.
Who were you?
I'm Johnny.
You're Johnny?
Yeah.
I am. I'm Dee Dee. And so we play. We always close out with Blitzkrieg Bob. It's so much fun. Anyway, Coffee Mug by Descendants, Black Coffee by Black Flag. Love those songs, despite the fact that I hate coffee. I can't stand it. I can't stand coffee. Every time I try coffee, I'm trying to be the coffee guy. I'm trying to go from energy drinks to coffee. But I hate coffee. But I do love Descendants. I do love me some Black Flag. And they both have songs about coffee. So I'm going to go with coffee. I'm going to go with Max W. House.
All right. I got to go with CMC. Come on. He's a Minderz guy. So I got to go with CMC. There's proof. I'm a Minderz. He's a Minderz guy.
Well, I guess I'm legally obligated to pick CMC in this match because
you're not legally obligated. You just can't say anything mean about him.
What's the fun in that? But I'm a man of my
I'll
word,
say something mean. He's always trying to distract me. He's always trying to distract me while I'm filming. Every time he gets on camera, he's always like, "Hi, Zach," and then I have to be like, "Hi, CMC." And you're always trying to distract me. That's why I'm picking Max W. House. You're always trying to distract me. Plus, Coffee Mug and Black Coffee.
Black coffee.
All right. Well, I'm not going to disparage my friend CMC. So I'm gonna pick CMC to win this one.
Yeah.
You could say that with a smile on your face, Reb.
I won't.
He lost a bet, so that's why
because Kyle didn't pin him at the Christmas Chaos show. I have to be nice to him for a month.
I had to wear a shirt on the show. From Kenny Calix calling me a traitor. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, you've known Anakin longer.
I have known Anakin longer. Funny enough,
devil's advocate here.
Funny enough, I filmed a TikTok at the first Zero1 show that I officially worked, which was the 2021 Decatur show. That was my first official time working. That was my first official booking.
We don't talk about that show. I don't like that show.
Minderz has bad memories of that show.
I have bad memories of that show.
Jimmy. Oh, okay, yeah, that one. I was just thinking like politics.
No, no politics. No politics. That was just Carrot falling 30 feet from a ladder.
Oh, yeah, that was.
To concrete.
Got him over though.
That was interesting to watch.
How many million views on that one?
Interesting is not a word I would use.
So, so I filmed myself on TikTok when I was just doing TikTok like multiple times a day. I had a little bit of braggadocious here. I had 17,000 followers on TikTok before Tony Khan took my freaking account away. You rat bastard. And then I have another account. And that one now has 13,000 followers who has not. Tony Khan, you've tried taking my account away. You will not take this one away. You rat bastard.
Anyway. Rep, take it down. Do you see? Do
you see
rat. Do you see this right here?
Tony Khan, you rat
Take
bastard.
It down.
All right, I have a bone to pick with Tony Khan.
Don't get me started on Florida Tony.
Hey, wait. If he has a bone to pick with Tony Khan, we need to get him on Jumping the Rail.
Yes.
We need to get you on our Tuesday night show because we go off a lot.
I have a bone to pick with Tony Khan. Okay.
Yes, anyway. We're definitely going to do that on Jumping the Rail.
So, where was I? I'll just get that man off my screen.
Right?
Get that man off my screen. Okay. Now where was I? Oh, it was my first official show. And funny enough, I'm filming a TikTok and Anakin's like right next to me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here with independent wrestler Anakin Murphy. Screw you, Anakin Murphy. And he chops me just immediately. He just, like, without warning, I was not prepared for it. He just chops me. And I get a little comment like a couple days later saying, that's my cousin. And I was like, okay. And then I meet Kenny for the first time at the next Decatur show with War Games, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and I was like, "Oh, that's busy."
What a small world!
Yeah, that's nuts.
All right. Well,
is that it for Thursday?
We got a couple more. We'll try to do these quick because I know we're on a bit of a time.
If not, I might just leave you and Zach on here, and Zach, you can take my place tonight. We'll just let him be the other co-host tonight.
Well, we just got these two, and then we got the 4 matches confirmed so far for the 20th. But
all right.
Next up here, your buddy Minderz, B.A. Malkin taking on Cardi Marty.
Not my buddy.
Always looks like you smell something funny in these pictures.
I did it better.
I'm gonna give it to B.A.
Got to.
Sorry, he's just.
I'm with you.
He's a menace to society.
Yes. Mr. Thursday Night, B.A. Malkin.
It's a pain in my ass.
Come on.
You know what? Just to be a jerk, I'm going to go with Cardi.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
That's fine.
No, well, I just know that B.A. listens to the show on occasion. And so maybe if I say Cardi, although I hope he doesn't smash my phone like he did that poor person's phone
that poor
last
bastard.
week. Poor
menace
guy.
to society.
He's a menace to something, that's for sure.
He's a menace to Minderz.
he does not like me, and that's perfectly fine because I don't like him either. So,
how many of those signs behind you were ones that he's ripped up?
I'm seeing one at least.
At least 1, 2. Well, see, most of the ones that there's one laying down here on the floor, but most of the ones I don't usually get back because he rips them up too much. So. I still enjoy. I think the ass licking is still my favorite one.
That was BA's own doing. He ripped it.
That was BA's own doing. So I got to keep that one up. So.
Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. Yeah. All right. So the last match. So this one could be right up there with Anakin and Kenny for match of the night. Tommy Davis and Devontae Knox.
Ooh, they're gonna be cooking with grease.
Yes. That's how you make iron cakes.
That's how you make iron cakes.
So
taste the cakes, as they say.
You know, sometimes when you do the sports betting, you got to go with the underdog just so you can get a little bit of a better payout. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to Tommy, because it's been a while since Tommy's been back on the main card at 0-1, and I think that's where his focus is at, of trying to earn that spot back, which I think would be incredibly easy for him. So. That's where my head's going to be. Plus, I think Devontae's distracted with everything going on with Floyd Mayweather's best friends. So,
yeah. What do you think, Reb?
Well, I'm going to go Devontae just because Casey's not usually in Edgewood, so I don't think he'll be involved.
He's in Vegas.
He's in Vegas.
He's in Vegas with Floyd.
And I don't. Oh yeah, Chris is on the show. He had the tag match earlier, so
yeah, he's with the glitch.
Yeah, but no, I think that the power of the cheeks is going to be too much for Tommy Davis in this match.
I mean, them whole lot of ass.
Well, SBA.
Yeah, ask BA.
See,
ask BA. I have the face mask.
There's a whole lot of ass.
There's a Led Zeppelin remix there.
I gotta go with Devontae. I think Tommy's great, especially after
Tommy's awesome.
After last week's show, and beating Theo and Kenny. I'm excited. That was actually one of the matches that made me decide, yep, I'm going to Edgewood. So I want to see it.
They do got them cakes.
Those cakes. Taste the cakes.
Don't threaten me with
Is that sign still intact, Minderz?
Well, Devontae took it.
Oh, he took it. Okay.
I gave it to Devontae, so he got to take it. I had to taste the cake sign at the Christmas Chaos show.
He's going to give it to Cobra and say, "Hey, make me a shirt."
Probably.
Some cakes.
All right. Well, that's all the matches we got for Thursday. We still got about 10 minutes here to run down the matches that they've announced for the 20th. Starting with, and you mentioned it, Zach, the four-way for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And we're not doing picks this time because we still got like 3 weeks before we have to worry about that. But basically, it's just I don't know how you pick a winner here. I mean,
it's hard.
You do your multi-man title match rule, but
this is the rough thing about it is like you never want to bet against Gary. Well, I think here's the thing. I was just thinking about this. So Victor's never. Well, I can't say Victor's never beat the Cobra.
Yes, he did.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't say that. I can't say that Victor's never beat the Cobra. So Victor is probably the game. Victor's mind in my head is going to be split two different ways. He's like, all right, I've beat the Cobra before. I'm going to go after the Cobra, but I need to go after the guy that took the title off of me. Mm-hmm. Warhorse has had a lot of, mental drain lately. Fortunately, it's just the way it is. So I think, there's that going on. Plus, he's going after the guy who took the title off of him. He's going to be focused on the guy that he took the title off of. But then you got Gary J. Mm-hmm. And those two have history. And this is just going to be a fun match. Oh, it's going to be God, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this match very, very much. I'm very excited.
So you got two guys that are trying to become 3-time junior heavyweight champions, Gary J and Victor.
Got one trying to become a 4-time.
4-time, yeah, and then you got Cobra, who's just trying to
retain. And then don't forget, you also have Devontae with the briefcase.
It's true, very true. Anything can happen in Mattoon.
So.
Hey, Matt Race is in the chat. Look at that.
Hey, Matt.
Matt Race is the PG show. You know what I'm about to say, so please leave. This is a PG show. I'm not going to say what I need to say, but you know what I'm saying.
All right. Next up on the list here, out of the 4 matches, we got BA and Carrot, no DQ. Now, Minderz, you got mad at me. Not too long ago because I suggested something and you made the mistake of mentioning it to Jimmy, and you said that he enjoyed it.
But, I know, and I hate you both. It's
a coin flip on that one. I know we're not doing picks, but why not? I think that one's a coin flip.
I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah,
I think it's a coin flip.
Because we thought they were done with the body bag match.
Right.
But now I have the body bag with BA and Carrot blood in it in my garage. So
that doesn't sound creepy at all.
No, not at all.
I have a body bag with blood in it.
I do. I can't help it. But yeah.
They won the Shooty for Feud of the Year this past year.
I think they're trying for back to back.
They're trying to repeat.
They're trying to repeat for Shooty of the Year. So
Feud of the Year.
Feud of the Year. Still, it's a Shooty of the Year.
Yeah. But no, that one. Have we seen them have a bad match yet, Minderz?
No. Well, not a bad match because of them.
Because of Jacques Henry?
Yes.
Jacques Henry.
And that body bag match, yeah, there was a lot of 2-on-1 going on in that match.
There's a lot of Jacques and BA versus Carrot in that, and that was a little aggravating. So.
You were about to jump in there and.
I was about to go help, but that damn wheelchair kept getting in the way.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's move on. We have apparently a rematch for the Shining Light Championship, Shaza McKenzie versus Reign Victoria. And I did not see the match at Christmas Chaos. I was not there.
Yeah, Zach, get on that. He needs it on Patreon a little bit faster.
You know how many of these shows I got to work on?
I'm just teasing.
Are you going to pay my rate?
We'll talk after, maybe.
Man.
But But
Hey,
yeah, I'm
you
excited.
put a little bit more in my envelope. We can talk.
I'm interested to see where this one goes because the last match was really good between the two of them. So I'm interested to see what happens. What other one you got, Reb? Because I'm going to have to get out of here and I'm going to leave you and Zach to finish up the show. So you don't have to deal with me. How excited are you? Wow, I can hear him just.
He's focused.
Really?
He's focused.
I know.
Main event. There you go.
Oh.
KLD versus the Mad Dog. That's a hell of a first title defense for Mad Dog.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm just saying. So Minderz, break it down for me because I wasn't there. KLD pretty much just put his toe in the water.
Toe in the water.
I would say his whole ass in the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say he jumped in as with a cannonball. Yeah, he definitely said that 2024 was going to be his year.
Yeah.
And
he has set his sights on the Zero1 USA Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
However, we've talked about Conley a lot on this show, and I think there's a reason.
Yeah.
I know we're not doing picks, but I'm not going to be here next week. So
you can make your pick. It's fine.
I'm going to say I'm going to give it to Conley.
Yeah.
I have seen Mad Dog survive a lot of brutal things in 0-1 and out of 0-1, and I think he can handle KLD. However, KLD has matches against Nick Gage, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's something to.
There's a match for Conley and Gage.
Dave,
come on, make it
Let's
happen.
think about it. Let's think about it. I know you got those connects.
Hey, Reb, did you see what AJ put up? I kind of like his comment.
Let me see here. Conley may break a Guinness World Record for most weight gut wrench suplex in this match. He may.
He can do it.
Yeah. Oh, let me get this picture down. Minderz, before you go, I just got sent a video from David.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm going to throw this up here. I think this pertains to tomorrow.
Okay.
So here we go.
I want to make a special shout out to my soon-to-be good friend, Rain Victoria. This Thursday, you're giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. It's me and you, sister. I'm taking on the Zero1 USA Shining Light Champion. It's getting hot in here. Now, recently, you could say I've been enlightened. So the way I see it, this match is a good old reset for Hippie Johnny. A fresh start, you could say. It's like an end of the year on a high note. Just imagine Rain Victoria versus good old Hippie Johnny in the TNT Stadium, surrounded by the millions and millions of Hippie Johnnites and the couple dozen Rain Victoria fans. Either way, this is bound to be a big moment for me. So, well, a humbling experience for you and a proud moment for me. So don't screw it up. I'll see you then. Break a leg.
Bless
Hippie
his
Johnny.
heart. Bless his heart.
Hippie Johnnites.
Listen,
Okay.
So
I'm
Hippie
telling
Johnny
you.
very confident going into tomorrow.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
You got this. I'm telling you.
Hey, Reb, I don't even need to push the fudge because I'm done. Done making fudge. So we don't even have to do that. So
fudge season is over, for what you're saying.
Fudge season is over.
But
you guys, Zach, you got to take my spot now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're just about to wrap up.
That's a bit of a drive.
Actually,
the show may be over by the time I get there, but I'll try to.
Actually, we're just about to wrap up anyway because we've covered just about everything. All you got to do is pay the bills. So, Zach, I'm just going to say thank you. You got an open invite anytime to come back and talk with us. I don't think we even scratched the surface.
You can get him on jumping the rails.
I gotta tell you about how Tony Khan has made it an active decision to try and ruin my life.
We need to get him on jumping the rails. I
sometime.
need that story. Yes. I need that story.
I hope your Tuesdays
are open. It's a long ass
sir.
Story.
Your Tuesdays are open. That's our 3-hour week. That's our 3 hours.
That's our long ass podcast. So that works out.
Yeah, that's our long ass podcast.
Yes.
Okay, I have band practice on Tuesdays. But You guys are on Central Time.
Maybe
And
we'll
those
have
are
to do
your
one of our
3-hour
special
shows?
live interviews, Minderz.
We can always get you on a little bit later in the evening or
I
early.
may be able to hop on a little bit later.
Hey,
Okay,
even though we
figure
start
it
at
out.
6, if you want to jump in at like 7:30 or 8, I mean, we could work around it. So
And that's all
We'll
Central
figure it out.
Time, or is that
Central time,
Central?
yeah.
Central
Central
Time?
Time.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I get out of
8:39.
Yeah, I should be fine.
We'll figure it out.
Hey, put that up that AJ just put up.
Napoleon Bonaparte
I think
Tony
he needs
Khan
context.
has made it an active choice to ruin my life. And Triple H tried to save it.
Well, yeah, no. All right. You guys have fun. Reb, you guys pay the bills. I shall see y'all later.
Bye-bye.
All right, see you later, Minderz.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I need to give you context for the Napoleon Tony part comment.
Okay.
But yeah, we decided he had his Waterloo moment at one of the shows recently. So then I get a little bored sometimes and get a little overly creative with my Photoshop.
My Tony Khan conspiracy is one of legend, and I have proof. I have circumstantial proof to back it up. It's all circumstantial, but it is it's quite the story, and I have full belief Tony Khan knows who I am and is trying actively to try to ruin my life.
See, that's a hell of a tease. We got to get you on in January. Just because now I want to hear the story.
Yeah,
So,
it has been going on since 2020. This rivalry between me and Tony Khan has been going on since 2020.
Oh my goodness, it sounds like we have an expose on our hands for
yes.
the rail here. Well, we'll definitely make that happen. And
cool.
All right. Before we let you get out of here, you got anything you want to plug? Any other shows you're going to be working coming up?
Yes. So, I mean, of course, show up to Zero1 USA. Every show that they do, always want to promote Zero1. I won't promote other promotions. I should, but unless am I allowed to promote other promotions? Is that fine? I know this is a Zero1 podcast,
you know
but
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, it's mainly Zero1 focused, but since you got other stuff going on,
right. You know, Zero1. Like I said, okay. The only two places I work are Zero1, and it's mostly Zero1. But I also work for Paradigm Pro Wrestling. If you are in the Kentuckiana area and you have something you want to check out, you want to talk about long ass shows, January 6th, I think. January 6th. January 5th. January 5th at the classic Jeffersonville Arena will be the Contender Series that they have going on, which is always fun. Long shows, but always fun. But enough about that. I have a band, Nights on Holiday. If you like punk rock, if you like just regular old rock and roll, check us out on all streaming platforms.
Is that Nights with a K or with an N?
Nights with a K. So
okay.
Check us out. We have a music video on our YouTube. We have our song Worthless, which plays at Zero1 shows. Again, thank you, Rob. Has over 1,000 streams on Spotify right now, which is great. We are playing Louisville, Kentucky, Mag Bar, January 12th. It will be a pajama party with Portrait of Class and FMK if you're in the Louisville area. Also, we will be playing the Punk Rock Show, or What the F Ever, May 3rd, Friday, May 3rd at Mag Bar in Louisville. We're also trying to get some shows set up in the Illinois area as well as across Indiana. We're just trying to play as many shows as we can. Check us out. We have the Worthless EP, which has 5 studio songs, and then we have our live album, Live from the Dungeon, which has more songs, but
I'm
with
seeing here 7 songs apparently.
Yes.
I just saw it on I got it on the Apple Music. I just checked it out.
Yes, Live from the Dungeon is our is our live album. I say quote unquote live because it's just us with audience noise in the background.
Fairness. Pipe it in.
With some reverb. I stole the idea from Guns N' Roses from their Live Like a Suicide EP that they put out before Appetite for Destruction. So.
Please book Sean Ross Sapp.
Do not book Sean Ross Sapp. Do not book Sean Ross Sapp. Dave, if you book Sean Ross Sapp, you can find yourself another cameraman. Do not.
That's a hot take.
Book Sean Ross Sapp.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say
you won't have
I
to find another
Zach
cameraman.
Reuber than
I'm
Sean
a professional. I'm a professional. You book Sean Ross Sapp. It's fine. Don't book Sean Ross Sapp.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to turn to jumping the rail.
I know, right? We know to jump the rail every now and then. Well, Zach, I'm gonna let you get out of here. I'll just say, if you guys ever need an extra commentator, you know where to find me in the front row.
Sounds good.
Then
that's not my decision to make.
That's
typically Rob's decision to make. I'm just the guy who brings the equipment.
Okay.
But
so I'll have to schmooze Rob next week then. When he's
schmooze up Rob.
I'll schmooze Rob. By the way, also, you did a hell of a job on that promo video for Connolly and Joey that was running.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that one. I'm very proud of that one. So,
yes,
appreciate it.
All right. Yep. Well, like I said, you got an open invite anytime, and hopefully we'll do this hopefully soon on Jumping the Rail, and we'll get the scoop from you.
Sounds good.
All right. All right. I'm gonna drop you out of here. There you go. All right. Well, thanks to Zach Reuber for joining us. Like we said, the ace cameraman for Zero1 USA. A lot of cool information there. I don't think we can scratch the surface with him yet, so we'll have to bring Zach on for a part 2, along with I really want to get him on Jumping the Rail now to hear that Tony Khan story. But since Minderz has skedaddled, I'm going to go ahead and pay some bills here before we get out of here for this week. ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod for some of your t-shirt choices for the Jumping the Rail Podcast Network. There you see just a few of them. You can also get, well, I guess technically I'm showing this. I don't think I'm supposed to right now, since I'm supposed to be being nice to CMC, but it is available on there. BrainbusterTees.com/JTR-podcast-network for some more options: t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, caps, fanny packs, stickers, all kinds of good stuff. Plus, the zip-up hoodies are still available for the Jumping the Rail pod and for the shootout. If you're a fan of Minderz, you can show it in t-shirt form. I'm a Minderz guy, a Minderz girl, Minderz person, whichever one floats your boat there. ECW fans, we got the JTFNR shirt with the barbed wire on there. Zero1 USA merchandise available at all of the shows, and by demand, t-shirts, water bottles, coffee mugs, travel mugs, tumblers, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff there. Some of the logos you can get. You can get the Get Your Shit and Move right there. You can get the Fighting Athletes logo here, which is very cool. I got this one. The original Corn-Fed Hero Reign Victoria shirt from this not too long ago. The Zero1 USA Army shirt. Proud to say that I designed that one, available there. And like I say, the logo is bigger on the shirt than in the picture, so check that out. Zero1 USA versus everyone. You can get the brand new EOE Reign Victoria shirt there. Some Thursday Night Throwdown options. You can get the TNT logo here, or you can get the old school Lucha Mask logo. Patreon.com/Zero1 USA for $5 a month and up. You can get all of your Thursday Night Throwdown broadcasts, get some special bonus stuff, some of the Mattoon shows. Just brought up, I think this past week, you can see Jake Lander versus the Cobra there, and from back in the day. This is before I started even going to the shows, so I'm very anxious to check that out. Don't forget your Thursday Night Throwdown in Edgewood tomorrow night. Doors open at 7. Looks like a stacked card there, headline Annika Murphy and Kenny Calix. And next week, don't forget Minder's birthday episode. So we're gonna have some fun. We got Rob Leach going to be joining us, so that's going to be a great time. And with that said, I'm going to get out of here. But until next week, we hope everybody has a very nice Christmas, holiday, whatever you guys celebrate. and we will see you guys on December 27th. So for the departed Minders, this is Reb from Life is Hard, Work Stiff, and we will see you guys next week.